Well, Colin, man, I was just talking to you yesterday. You were looking good. We had a plan today, getting those battles, and dude, look where we are right now.
Yeah, I was definitely pretty stoked on today. Obviously, career best P2, got on the podium for my first time in my career. Obviously, it was a gnarly mud race, but I knew me and Heath Harrison, we had talked before the main. He's like, dude, if you just nail the start, like, you got a shot at this podium. And I was like, all right. And I came out of the gate second, and I was like, dude, like, I got a shot to win this thing. Like, let's do it. And then Chance ended up passing me. I'm like, okay. Got into second, and honestly, the race was so chaotic. Like, there were so many lappers and stuff. I didn't know who was third or like how far of a gap I had. And with one lap to go, I'm like, come on, dude. Like, let's just get this thing done. Like, I can't choke this thing at this point. Like, I was obviously, to cross that finish line in second, it felt really good for myself, but felt the best for everyone around me and the people that have helped me get to this point. So, yeah, obviously it's a mud race, great equalizer, but it's just awesome momentum, and I'm looking to keep.
How was that feeling? Just seeing you down there, even with your team especially, they got it all. Everyone feels really good.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal for not only myself, but my team, my family. It's everyone puts in a lot of work, and to be second on tonight, it felt really good. And I'll be honest, I was trying to blow that bike up, dude. I was gassed up, so I was like, let's rev this thing. And dude, it was, for me, like, having success for myself is obviously super nice, but it just feels really good for me to see everyone else that's like been there for me through the dark times when no one else is around, and to see me get second and a lot of them be here. That's what means the most to me.
Yeah, and I can see, like I said, I've been watching you throughout the season, your confidence. I can see it always progressing each race, and now we have this. There's only one more place to go from here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for sure. That's obviously some big talk to get a win, and to get my best before this was a 7th. So, like I told you yesterday, I want to be in the top 5, and to get on the podium was unreal. So we head back to the dry or whatever's next. I just want to keep clicking off top 5s and put myself in good positions, get starts like I did in that main event, and I think good things come. You just put yourself in good positions, and that's where I can start clicking off top 5s.
And next weekend, it might be same conditions.
Yeah, I told you yesterday, I was good with the mud. I'm good rain or shine, so I'll be excited. I'll be ready to go, and East-West Shooter, that's a good opportunity for points, and it's a stack gate, and it's a good opportunity, so I'm looking to make the most of it.
All right, man. Hey, good job again. Have a great night. Enjoy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Shane. Man, I kind of feel like I'm sounding like a broken record talking about how good these starts have been, man. I just talked to you yesterday. Dude, and look where you're at. Tell me about it.
Yeah, honestly, tonight, it was all about the start. That's where it's like, I knew going into the heat race, it was like, hey, we've got to get in a good position. Honestly, a lot of it had to do with my gate position this weekend, and that's something where it's like, hey, we gotta believe, and we gotta make it happen. And that was something where it's like, okay, we're gonna focus on these starts. And both starts, I literally jumped out of the gate, and I'm like, okay, just shift. And we're in the roll-offs, like, you can't see your peripherals of like who's around you, so it was like you just lean back and you shift and you wait till you get up some momentum and you kind of look around. And the heat race, I was like, dang, nobody's around. And it was a night to have good starts and some patience.
Yeah, you went from, can you tell me a little about it, like the feeling of even just getting that heat race win, and then you jumped into the main event, and then you got a second. You probably didn't even get a chance to celebrate the heat almost, before.
Yeah, it's that's where it's like, the heat win is cool. It's been a goal of mine for a few years now, and that's one of those where it's like, it's cool, but it's like, that's not really where everything happens. So it's good for the confidence. It's good for the encouragement. Just like, okay, we're there. Let's do it in the main. And that was where my mentality going in the main was. I was literally praying, like, God, just give me traction on the metal grate and focus on my start. That was really it, because I knew if I could do the same thing as I did in the heat race, that would put me in a really good position to manage things from the front. And so, AP got around me, and the thing is, I don't think I passed Justin fast enough, and AP got around me, and then I started overriding a little bit, and little mistake. Somebody fell in front of me, and I had to like get off my bike and go around them. And so, yeah, I was happy to survive.
Now, tell me about your confidence. I mean, like I said, you've been kind of progressing throughout the season, and now there was talk about you. I heard the announcers talking about your confidence in the mud, how you are known for being a good mud racer. So to come out of the results tonight, and next weekend sounds like we're going to have another one, do you kind of feel like, okay, I'm already in the zone right now, I can get right into it?
Yeah, and that's something where, for me, coming into this weekend, knowing that there's a good chance it's going to be muddy, I've always been, I think mentality in the mud is probably the most important thing, and I've always had fun when the mud comes, and it's like the opportunity has always been there in the mud for me. And it's like I've had good finishes in the mud, but tonight it was like, I'm going to take this opportunity instead of just like looking for an opportunity a little bit. So, yeah, tonight it was like, hey, I'm going to do what I can do instead of like doing good enough and letting everybody else make the mistakes. That's something I shouldn't count on, and that was where tonight it's like, hey, I'm gonna go do this.
You're gonna take that to next weekend, right?
Yep, take it to next weekend.
What a night for you and the team, man. Tell me a little about it.
Yeah, I'm stoked. P3 on the night is surreal right now. It still doesn't even feel real, especially with a crash in the first turn. I'm still pretty speechless at the moment.
How about the team, man? I know your team owner a little bit, and I saw him just having the time of his life down there at the podium.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, we're a smaller team, and for this we shot for the moon and stars on this one, and it worked. So it's a blessing for me and the team, and just to see everybody's hard work come together, and to get a podium is like I said, it's surreal at the moment.
And you guys had a little luck. It wasn't you, but I think you guys had a little luck today in the LCQ too with your team.
Yeah, the other teammate Crockett, he actually won the LCQ, which was sweet, and Marcus rode really good, but a couple crashes kept him out of transferring in. So yeah, team got a win in the LCQ and a podium in the main. It's a sweet day for us.
And for you, for the main event, what do you think was the key? Was it just getting that start, getting up front? I mean, you said you did go down, but so you were able to even recover from that and fight your way again. So that's good on you too, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Coming in, you know, I've had my sights set on the top 10 all year, and I've been really close. And this round, I knew with the mud anything could happen. And honestly, once I fell in the first turn, I was over it. Like, just getting caked in mud, I was cold, like I was ready to pull off. But no, I knew I couldn't give up, and I knew I made some passes, but my mechanic never told me what position I was in, even from the beginning. So I had no clue, and I knew I made like 10, 11 passes, and I was thinking in my head, like, if I could get into the top 10, this would be like a win for me. And I came across, and I was pretty disappointed. I'm like, man, if I wouldn't have crashed, I knew I could have got a couple more guys and maybe got into like the 9th, 8th mark. And I came over and I said, dude, I almost had it. And he's like, you got a podium. And at that point, I'm like, dude, come on, like, I know, like, let's go back. And he told me I had a podium for real, and everybody came over, and it still hasn't fully set in yet. So
that's an unreal feeling, and I saw you celebrating out there with the Mud Angel, right?
Yeah, at that point I didn't know what to do. I think I seen AP do that before, so that's the first thing I knew to do. And sorry for the track worker, he was trying to get me up, but I couldn't. I had to at least do it for a little bit, let it sink in.
Well, man, you got to feel pretty good. Confidence has got to be boosted, and like you said, you passed people, you fought your way up. It wasn't like just, you just took it from the beginning. So that's got to feel good. And thinking about next week, and if we're going to have these similar conditions, now you can think, hey, man, we got a chance. We can go out there. We know we can fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming into this, I've never rode Supercross in mud before, so this was all new to me. And historically speaking, I've never been a great mud rider, so a little nervous coming in. But now that I've done that, like, the confidence is high. Like, I'm ready for another mudder. So, nah, but like I said, we'll go back to work this week and work on some things that we could have done better and hope for the same result next weekend. So.
Hell yeah, man. Well, great job tonight. Stoked for you. Stoked for the team. Well, we'll see you next weekend.
See you guys.
Yeah, all right, man. Hey, Pete, dude, what did you text me right before the main event? You're going to go out and win this thing?
I said I'm going to win the F out of this thing, dude. And, yeah, confidence is key, I guess. No, I got off to a great start. We killed the start. And, man, I made a few passes and was in the lead and just kind of tried to nurse it along because there was a lot of bikes overheating, and I didn't want to be one of those. It was tough. It was thick. and I knew I had a big lead, but I didn't want to chance falling and letting that lead diminish. So I was pretty careful after about the 4th lap, and came around for like the 5th or 6th lap, and I got 4 to go. So that was nice, and it was nice and short, but I still tried to nurse the bike in, even though I don't even know if I was smoking or not. But just to save the clutch, I did that. So ended up with the win, and man, it couldn't feel better. A couple podiums now in a row, and you know, I just wonder what the season would have looked like if I didn't, you know, botch the first part of the season up. So yeah, we're on a good roll, got some momentum going, and we're gonna cruise into Philly next week with some rain in the forecast, and I'd like to go and do this again.
Now, I see a lot of people attributing your win with your pass, like the GNCC. Do you really feel like a lot of that comes from there?
Yeah, I mean, we used to go out and ride in the rain just to do it. I can remember countless days growing up when I was still amateur, when, you know, my dad would take me out to the track. I only think we did that like a couple times when I rode in the snow. But that riding in the snow when the dirt thaws up is stupid muddy, real slick too. And then, yeah, I think a lot of my mud riding skills come from GNCC, racing GNCC as long as I did. Because in GNCC, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you go to the track and it's bone dry, dusty. You can still run into some mud. So, and then not to mention the mud races. They're like, I mean, most of the ones I did were only about 6 miles long, and we had to race about 3 or 4 laps. But yeah, it's a lot of my skill comes from that. So I attribute that to GNCCs for sure.
Now this mud, the track was slick, like it was sliding off, but it was also sticking to everything.
Dude.
So like, was your bike heavy? Could you feel that everywhere you were going?
Yeah. My bike was super heavy. My visor was heavy. My boots were so gnarly heavy, but dude, when you sat on the seat, you almost slid off the back of it. This mud here is weird. It's like, man, it's super heavy, but if you get like too sliding, man, you'll slide right out. It's like super thick, and just if it compacts, it gets to be like ice. So that's why I was super careful the last couple laps. And man, I just sat down with the skis out, and I was just kind of cruising it in.
Yeah, and the fans, man, they're as usual going crazy. Of course, they're going out there, and we gave them a show, and then we even had a good celebration in the mud. Did some swan dive out there.
I feel like every mud race I win these days, I got a belly flop. So I gave them what they wanted, and man, hats off to them guys for sticking around to the end of the night. And it rained so hard here earlier that I don't know that if I were here watching, I would have stayed. So hats off to all the fans that came here this week and just kind of gutted it out, and got to see some good racing. So shout out to you guys.
All right, man. Hey, get some rest tonight. Let's go warm up. Again, enjoy the night. You earned it. Dude, badass. I can't wait to watch you again next week and take that confidence right back to the mud again, huh?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.